Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Borderlands, the pre-sequel. So, we all know for a very long time now that Athena, Wilhelm, Nisha, as well as Claptrap are going to be the 4 Vault Hunters within the pre-sequel. As of recently, we've actually unlocked a skill tree, which is pretty cool. So, if you go to borderlandsthegame.com, there's a link down in the description too if you guys want to check it out. You can check out these skill trees and use a skill tree calculator to play around with the 4 different Vault Hunters and see their abilities and see, what exactly you can get for 50 levels, and you can just check out stuff. It's kind of similar to what you had with Borderlands 2. There were skill tree calculators. There's even calculators for Borderlands 1. So you're not just constantly going to the new U station and constantly resetting your skills trying to find the perfect build that works for you. You can try out, use a skill tree calculator. You can go through all your skills. You can read through them all and see how many points you can fit in, all the abilities you can get. Skill tree calculators are a good thing. They're a damn good thing. And what we're going to be doing for this video here is we're going to be doing a build with Claptrap, the frag trap. So I've been looking over some of this stuff here, and he has 3 different ones. He has the boom trap skill tree, which is basically all about explosive damage. We have the I love you guys one, which is all about working as a team and giving buffs to your teammates and being a healer almost. And then this fragmented frag trap over here is all about getting a lot of crazy buffs, but it's all kind of random as well, and it's all very confusing. Kind of reminds me of Gage the Necromancer's anarchy tree back in Borderlands 2. This tree I'm going to be focusing on here is going to be I love you guys. I love the idea of using this in my playthrough with my friends, and we're going to be doing that. So first and foremost, let's look at the skill tree here. We're going to go over here to vaulthunter.exe, which is going to be the special ability that Claptrap has. It's his action skill, which allows him to run vaulthunter.exe. It will analyze the situation, determine which Vault Hunter would do best in that job, and then load an action package allowing Claptrap to fight in that manner for a short period of time. It also gives you full health and full health regeneration. vaulthunter.exe is still in beta, and its definition of Vault Hunter is questionable at best. Warning, it is currently classified as malware. Your allies may be affected. So basically, in certain situations, like I imagine it's mostly all random, you use your special ability as Claptrap. It will allow you to have a bunch of different Vault Hunter abilities. There's clips and trailers you see where Claptrap is able to dual wield weapons. He kind of summons the power of the Gunzerker. There's other ones where he, goes on his what's it called, the shiniest meat unicycle, because get it, he only has 1 wheel compared to Krieg, and so it's kind of like Krieg the Psycho's ability where he runs around meleeing people. You see sometimes where he's like Lilith and he spawns like the Firehawk wings. There's a bunch of different stuff he can do, and occasionally you can kind of bug out and it won't really do anything besides make all your friends really floaty. It's all kind of random. We don't know everything there is to know about it as of now, and it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a cool system, but, of course, to access any of the other skills, we're going to need to use that. So we're going to go down here. I love this ability right here. It's called Maniacal Laughter. Increases status effect chance, which is great. That makes it so you have a better chance to, set someone on fire or electrocute them or corrode them or whatever. Dealing status effect damage to enemies grants you stacks of Maniacal Laughter. You and your pals gain health regeneration for each stack of Maniacal Laughter. The lower your health, the greater the health regeneration. Each stack lasts for a few seconds. So let's 5 out of 5 that. It increases our chance to cause status effects by 20%, and it also regenerates up to 0.15% of your maximum health per second with a maximum of 200 stacks. So that's pretty awesome. You can get lots of health regeneration for not only for you, but for you and the rest of the people on your team. I like that skill a lot. Next, we go down here to all the things are awesome. So this is only really going to work if you're playing with a party of friends, but it increases your fire rate, weapon swap speed, and max health depending on how many teammates you have in the game. Being part of a team is great. So we 5 out of 5 that. If you have yourself and 3 friends, which I would probably usually have when I play the pre-sequel, unless I'm like soloing or going to farm by myself and stuff, this is going to give me 15% extra fire rate, 15% extra weapon swap speed, and 25% more max health, which is just pretty freaking fantastic. This ability right here, Kick 'em all down, is not one I'm really going for personally. It's while in Fight for Your Life, you draw aggro from nearby enemies. Also unlocks the action package Clap in the Box, which the action package of Clap in the Box is Digistruct a giant bomb that hurts everything around you when it explodes, and I think that can count as teammates too. I've never been one to really go for abilities that really have anything to do with going down, except I actually kind of like the ability Krieg the Psycho had in Borderlands 2 that would allow him to stand up and run around and throw dynamite at people. The reason I like that is because I would run up and I could instantly revive with another ability, instantly revive one of my teammates, and then since I can run because of that ability, we could both run to a safe spot where he can then revive me. Through thick and thin here, it's actually a pretty nice ability. So increases your action skill cooldown rate while Vault Hunter DXC is running, and this is also transferred to your allies. So let's 5F5 that real quick. It's going to make it so Vault Hunter.exe, Claptrap's ability, has a 25% action cooldown rate, which makes it go, show up 25% faster, and that also transfers over to your teammates. So wherever your teammates' special abilities are, it also makes so they come back faster too. So Claptrap can actually give quite a bit of buffs to all his people down here. You're going to love me. Alright, so killing an enemy creates a friendship nova centered around the enemy, healing you and your friends in the radius. Allies who are low on health are healed for more. Also unlocks action package Gun Wizard. So let's just click that real quick. So when you kill an enemy, that's going to make a friendship nova that's going to be able to heal up to 15% of your max health, as well as your friends. And you got Gun Wizard, which you and all your allies gain drastically increased fire rate and reload speed. So Claptrap, while he doesn't have a ton of great abilities for soloing things, this tree right here just buffs up your friends and you just so much. It's great. It's great. Let's get on here too. It's a trap card. When your shield becomes depleted, you release a Mega Nova centered around yourself that heals you and your friends, but hurts enemies. Targets low on health are healed for more. Your shield must be fully charged between Mega Novas. So you're definitely going to want that once again. So whenever your shield becomes depleted, it's going to let off this big Nova that's going to instantly heal up to 15% of the max health for your teammates, which is just great. Just great. Being a healer, Claptrap has a lot of healing abilities. Pain Simulator is painful. Increases your max health and grants a small amount of reduction. So, of course, you're going to want that. It's going to give you plus 30. It's weird, though. I don't understand if this is probably something wrong with the skill tree or what, but it says increases your max health, right? And you go down here to max health is plus 30. So you get 30 extra max health. I don't know about you guys, but in Borderlands 2, my health is in the several hundred thousands. So 30 extra max health is not going to be a lot. I'm wondering if that's a bug. Maybe it's supposed to be 30%. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see. But maybe it's just added there for really no reason. But the damage reduction of 20% is pretty nice. So having a 20% extra damage reduction, which means you're just bulkier. If someone were to shoot you with 100 damage, it's only going to do 80 damage. Whereas if you shoot anyone else for 100 damage, it's going to do all 100 to them. So having 20% damage reduction is going to be pretty freaking nice. Go over here to wax on and wax off. Improves your shield capacity, shield recharge rate, and shield recharge delay. Like, why would you not want that? That's more of a solo thing that's going to help out you more than your teammates, but that just makes Clappy a bit bulkier. We go over down here to kick them always down. Whenever you gain second wind, your gun damage, melee damage, and critical hit damage is increased for a few seconds, which, that's where you're being revived. I'm not one to really go for reviving things. We have another ability up here called Best Buds for Life. Whenever you're revived or you revive somebody, you and your buddy gain health regeneration and damage reduction for a short time. Also extends your fight for your lifetime and also increases weapon damage while down. I'm not a big fan of things that have to do with going down because I don't plan to go down that often, to be honest. So I'm not going to look at either one of those skills or this skill here. We go over here to Organized Guns Are Happy. Increases magazine size with all your weapon types for you and your buddies. So you and all your friends are all going to have 25% bigger magazines. Well, actually, you're going to have a 25% bigger magazine. Your teammates are all going to have a 10% bigger magazine. So, which 10% cannot be really a lot. Let's say you have a 30-round SMG. It's only going to have 3 extra bullets, but that's 3 extra bullets nonetheless. It's kind of nice. And you yourself have 25% more, so that's kind of nice. And down here is High Fives, guys. I've heard about this ability before. I think it's just kind of neat. So High Fives, guys, is an ability that you hold right stick or V, depending on if you're playing on console or on PC, to request a high five from your friends. A successful high five increases you and your awesome friends' gun damage. It increases your and your awesome friends, so that's kind of weird. So maybe it's a misspelling. It increases you and your awesome friends' gun damage, fire rate, and grants health regeneration. Woo! And if you don't have any friends or they leave you hanging, you gain increased gun damage and health regenerations for a few seconds because screw you guys. So it's kind of cool. So you basically give everyone a high five, and in doing that, you and all your friends are going to have 15% extra gun damage, 50% more fire rate, and have 3% of your max health regenerating every second, which is crazy. I don't think it shows exactly how long that goes on, but that's a pretty cool buff. And if you're playing solo, or if everyone just kind of leaves you hanging, then you get the screw you guys ability, where they don't get anything, and you get a little bit of a buff for a little bit. So that's a pretty freaking cool ability, and we still have 14 skill points to mention or to play around with here. Looking at it, it looks as though the the skill cap, or the not the skill cap, the level cap is going to be level 50 to start out with. So we're gonna have enough to play around here. So we're gonna start looking at some of the other skill trees. These ones over here, fragmented, frag trap, are very confusing. They're all about subroutines, which are just kind of random and confusing. Like, look how long the description is for a lot of these things. They're all about subroutines that are just confusing, and I don't understand them that well. So we're gonna go over here to the boom trap tree, which is something I understand a little bit better. And so we got Killbot here, which I think is an awful ability, and we've got Drop the Hammer, which is reloading your weapon increases your fire rate and reload speed, but makes your accuracy worse for a few seconds. So let's 5 out of 5 that. And so basically, after reloading your gun, it's going to increase your fire rate and your reload speed by 25%, but it's going to take away 10% of your accuracy. Here's the thing, this is kind of a self-sustaining ability, because if you have a 25% faster reloads and 25% faster fire rate, you're quickly going to go through that clip and end up reloading again. So this is the kind of ability that's always going to happen. So basically, it's like always just about having 25% extra fire rate and 25% extra reload speed, but losing 10% of your accuracy, which I think 10% of my accuracy is fine and dandy to give up if I'm getting 25% faster reloads and fire rate. That just sounds great. We got 9 left to play with here. We got a couple things. We got Repulsive, which is kind of fun. When struck with a melee attack, you emit a powerful blast wave that pushes back an enemy and deals explosive damage. So that's kind of neat, right? It's kind of a cool ability. It's weird because let's 5 out of 5 this. It shows 500 shockwave momentum. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe that's the distance in which the person gets thrown back. Maybe that's also has something to do with the amount of explosive damage that happens to them. And it does have a cooldown of 5 seconds. So if you get attacked by like a psycho or something like that, they come up and melee you, it's going to send them flying back and it's going to do a little bit of damage. That could be a nice ability. I'm just not sure if that's what we want to use for this build. We go over here to coincidental combustion. Whenever you shoot an enemy with a non-explosive weapon, you have a chance to gain bonus explosive damage based on your weapon's damage. So I actually kind of like this ability just because it gives us a little bit more of a little bit more damage. While Claptrap has tons of buffing and healing abilities here from the middle tree, he doesn't have a lot to really help him out in terms of his own damage. So we're gonna get that. And that's gonna make it so every time he hits someone with a non-explosive weapon, and notice it doesn't say non-elemental, so it can be any weapon that's not explosive. Like let's say you're using a fire SMG. Every time you shoot with a fire SMG, you also have a 35% chance in each one of those bullets to deal bonus explosive damage. So that can be doing 2 different kinds of damage. That's also going to work over here with Maniacal Laughter, which makes it so when dealing status effect damage to enemies, it grants you stacks of Maniacal Laughter. It's going to give you and your friends a bunch of different health regeneration buffs. So that's nice. That's going to be nice as that's going to be there. I think that could work out pretty well, since that makes it basically so you're using 2 different kinds of elements, even if you're only using one in an elemental gun. Down here is Second Wind by Tediore, which is just goofy. It is a very, very goofy ability. So when you enter Fight for Your Life, you throw a digistructed copy of yourself, which explodes like a grenade, thus the Tediore thing, and then you continually emit explosive novas. So that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. So basically, it's going to make it so a digistructed Claptrap is going to show up there and he's going to explode. But then you're also going to continually emit explosive novas. Now, if it hurts your teammates, I don't know. If it makes it so it's easier for your teammates to revive you, it might be. I don't know. It's just one of those weird abilities. He's final for his skill points. I really don't know what I want to do with him. We can go down here to Fuzzy Logic, where taking damage from an enemy grants you increased critical hit damage for a few seconds. That's definitely one I think we should get, because it makes it so, basically whenever we're getting hit, which is usually all the time in Borderlands, it'll make it so our critical hit damage goes up by 30%, which could be helpful. But with our 1 extra point, I mean, do we want that? I mean, I guess we might as well get that, or we might as well get, while in Fight for Your Life, you draw aggro from nearby enemies. Also unlocks, basically, it'll make a giant bomb. So depends on what you want. Do you want to have an explosive novas while you're down, or do you want a giant bomb that can hurt everything around it when it explodes? It really depends on which one's better, and just from the text, we don't really know what's better, so I'm just going to go with the giant bomb, I suppose, for right now. But yeah, this is my Claptrap build. This is, once again, very early. It's just something I've been playing around with and looking at. These, I just found out about these not too long ago, and I'm looking through all the skill trees of the different Vault Hunters. And when I look at Claptrap, it looks like a really fun character. One, because he's Claptrap, and he's hilarious, and I love him. But another part of it is like, well, he's kind of a healer, right? Another part of it is like he's a really buffed based character, which could be a bad thing, because if you don't have teammates in here, a lot of these abilities are kind of worthless, and you're gonna have to swap them out for other things. So I don't know. Right now, this build that I chose, I think has to do a lot with healing. It has a lot to do with buffing up your teammates and keeping Claptrap alive and keeping him powerful. It's basically a healer spec, for lack of a better phrase. And yeah, I like it a lot. I'm still undecided as to which Vault Hunter I want to play with when the pre-sequel actually comes out. But yeah, This is the my first spec build with Claptrap, and I definitely think it's a pretty good one. And if you guys would like to check out the skill tree calculators, there's links down in the video description so you guys can check them out. I think I'm going to do some videos as well on Nisha and Wilhelm and Athena to kind of show you guys what I think they're best at and kind of like how I would build around them. So I think we're going to do some more videos based around that. So let me know in the comments exactly what Vault Hunter you guys plan on playing as so far in Borderlands pre-sequel. Let me know about that. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.